It's time to reveal secrets of Louisville chefs right now from Kitchen Studio, and this time we welcome the chef from one of Louisville's most famous restaurants. His name is Nick Sullivan, and he's here from the Sullivan Hotel's Oakroom, a legendary Louisville landmark that's played host to everyone from U.S. presidents to Al Capone. Today we'll uncover some interesting history of the Oakroom and some secrets from the kitchen, so you can make some of the Oakroom's signature dishes at home. Plus, another Louisville tradition born at the Silbach. Tim Laird is in with the secrets and a story behind the Silbach cocktail. It's local history that you're going to learn about, along with the secrets to some of its great food right now on Secrets of Louisville Chefs. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Secrets of Louisville Chefs. We want to say thank you for joining us. We've got a great half-hour plan for you here. We are in Bourbon Barrel Foods, our home base for Secrets of Louisville Chefs. And not only do we have one of Louisville's best chefs here from one of Louisville's greatest restaurants, we got a great studio audience here today. In fact, our show appeals to the young and old alike, and Helen is here. Are you ready for this, Helen?
Yes.
Now, you've heard of the Silbach downtown, right?
Yes.
And the Oakroom, the chef Nick Sullivan is with us today. Are you ready to see the secrets?
Yes.
They're going to be revealed right before your very eyes. In fact, Nick Sullivan is here from the Oakroom. He's had a big impact on the food scene in Louisville over the last decade. You might know that Chef Nick spent many years cooking with Chef Edward Lee at 610 Magnolia. Now he's putting his talents on display at one of the most iconic restaurants in town at the Silbach Hotel. The Silbach has been around since 1905. It was the backdrop for F. Scott Fitzgerald's Great Gatsby, and it was also a favorite hangout for Al Capone back in the days of Prohibition. In fact, there are secret tunnels that led out of the Oakroom that are said to have been put in just for Al Capone. The escape routes are boarded up now, but the Oakroom itself is still open to foodies who want to get a real taste of Louisville's history. We're going to get into that history a lot more in the next few minutes, but in the meantime, let's get cooking. And to begin our show, welcome my co-host, Tim Laird.
Hello, Kevin!
Hello, Timmy.
What a great audience.
Oh,
Are they charged up?
let's ask them. Are you all charged up?
Yeah, look at them. These guys are great.
Now, out of all of the shows, we've done hundreds and hundreds of shows at all of the local Louisville restaurants.
Right.
And we've had the opportunity not only showcase the great food, but the great history behind the locations and the chefs. The Silbach Hotel has to stand at the top of the list when it comes to intense history.
Quintessential place. I mean, presidents, Julia Child was there, F. Scott Fitzgerald hung out. They all hung out. That was the place.
We're going to ask the chef coming up in just a few minutes about a little more of that history.
Excellent.
And one of those happens to be a ghost story that I'm
By the
fond
way,
of.
that's right. You investigated that ghost story.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that, but I think the folks at home, and I know the folks in this room, are ready to start cooking.
I am too. Ready? All right. It's a great day to be in Kitchen Studio. Here he is, the one and only. Love this guy, Nick Sullivan.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey. Here he is.
Nick, thank you for being here.
Nick, I'll tell you what. You have a great culinary background. Give us a little bit about before you got now to the Oakroom classic place, and I know you love it there.
Definitely, I love the Oakroom. Came up to Louisville back in 2001 to go to culinary school and just fell in love with the city, never left. Long story short, I worked at some great places, formerly 610 Magnolia as chef de cuisine and executive chef. And it was time to make a little bit of a move, and this opportunity presented itself, and I'm just excited to be a part of the Oakroom now in the Silbach.
Chef, what are we going to start out with? This looks great.
We're going to start out with some actually Kentucky carp and steelhead roulade.
The Kentucky carp happens to be the predator
Right.
of our waterways here in Kentucky, and today we're going to make it
We're
our entree.
going to cook that. We're going to cook that culprit, so to speak. But there's actually, it's really good for you, though, right? I mean, there's a lot of protein, omega oils. I mean,
People are comparing it to like a wild salmon. So the omega-3s are very comparable to the wild salmon. The protein per 3.5 ounces is about 17 to 22 grams. So it's extremely healthy for you.
so what are we going to start with first?
I'm going to start out with the roulade. So we take the steelhead, which is the white part, and I'm sorry, the carp, which is the white part, and the steelhead, which is the orangish. It's like an ocean trout. We're gonna let this warm up slightly in the pan. In the meantime, I have some caramelized fennel. What we did for the fennel is we sous vide cooked this, which is exactly what we did to this roulade to maintain a constant temperature. Cook this with Pernod, so we're adding a little more anise to it. And then we take and then sear it on one side so we get a lot of color on it.
Now, if you don't have a sous vide at home, you could actually just kind of pan caramelize this.
Definitely you can.
Right.
I also made some sunchoke puree. So we take sunchokes, which are Jerusalem artichokes. We peel those and cook them down in some cream, and then we puree that.
Wow.
We puree that and add a little salt and some white pepper, butter, because you can't go wrong with butter and cream.
I'm curious to taste it because, you know, I think carp's always had a bad rap. Don't you? I mean, I'm not the only one that says that, right? Like, everybody hates carp. It's like, that's but I think it's more of the problems they cause as opposed to how they taste.
And, you know, don't knock it till you try it. I think it's our jobs. It's our jobs as chefs to really control our ecosystems, and I think this is one of the best ways to do that. So, and we're proud to serve this, and I love it. So that's sunchoke puree.
There's your base.
So then we take this nice roulade, put it right in the middle there.
Wow.
Now, Tim, have you had carp before?
I haven't.
Yeah, this is a first.
This will be great.
This is a preserved Meyer lemon fluid gel that we made at the restaurant. So we take and preserved Meyer lemons in salt, sugar, and olive oil, and then we take that 3 months later and we puree it and add some other little fun stuff to it, and it makes a really nice presentation. So there we have that. This is a fennel sand, so I always like to play off the different flavors. Fennel sand being almond flour, there's butter, there's fennel powder, garlic powder, and it looks like sand. So we're just going to take that and just kind of organically throw that on there for a little texture. Then we're going to go
to the
seafood
sauce?
butter.
You're just getting the foam on the
Most
top.
of the foam.
Oh.
So the idea is to look like a seascape.
It does. You got the sand there, the foam of the ocean. The carp was swimming there.
Now, see, a lot. And now it's about to be eaten.
Now we're going to add steelhead roe.
Oh.
This is beautiful stuff.
That
Look
is.
at
Nice large size eggs.
So anytime with caviar, there's a reason I'm using plastic. I don't have mother of pearl, but use plastic instead of metal, because metal can give you some different flavors that you don't want.
Palm trees.
These are these are the fronds from the fennel. So again, playing off that different elements of fennel. Now this starts to really kind of come together and look like a seascape. And then lastly, before this walks out the door,
it's not just to make it pretty. The greens have taste.
They do. They definitely do. These are sunchoke chips. So we have the sunchoke as the base, and these are fried sunchokes.
I gotta say, this is a well-dressed fish. That looks great. I'll tell you what, Chef. Wow. That looks awesome. What do you think?
I don't think you'll find Kentucky carp made like that anywhere else.
I don't think so.
Yeah. We look forward to seeing what it tastes like, and some studio audience member is going to have a chance just to do that. When we come back, you're watching Secrets of Louisville Chef. Don't go anywhere. Nick Sullivan from the Oakroom is coming back. Welcome back. We're at Bourbon Barrel Foods, our home base for Secrets of Louisville Chefs. We love cooking here. Not only do we have great space, but we have a great audience, and one of those audience members happens to be Gary Smith. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Now, you are a foodie about town. I've had a chance to run into you at a restaurant or two in the past.
Right.
Yeah, so you like to go out and enjoy the fine dining that we have here in the city.
Special here.
It really is. And the Silbach really, takes it to another level. Now, you're going to have a chance to eat something that Tim said he had never had a chance to have. I've heard about it for a long time, never have had a chance to take a taste, but that's Kentucky carp. You want to take a taste and see how he did? Sure. We've had Chef Nick Sullivan from the acclaimed Oakroom at the Silbach Hotel.
Not fishy at all.
No?
Not fishy at all. Nice texture, like a grouper maybe. A little heavier maybe than a grouper. It's good.
Something you'd order?
I would order it, yes.
Absolutely. That's 2 thumbs up. Harry, thank you. We appreciate that. Take it with you. Tim, jump in here. Now, you're about ready to mix up a cocktail as you always do.
Yes, this is the famous Sullivan cocktail. It actually dates back to the early 1900s, and I've got to guess that maybe even F. Scott Fitzgerald or even Al Capone has sipped this cocktail. I'll make 2 of them so you can give it a little taste.
Okay.
But for one recipe, you add 1 ounce of Old Forester, which is actually the first bottled bourbon. Now I'm making 2, so, and then to that about a ½ ounce of orange liqueur. Okay, that's going to give it a little sweetener. Boom, and then you've got to use both bitters. An orange bitter, and you give it a good, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's a lot of bitters.
It's a lot of bitters, but it's a good cocktail.
Yeah.
And then you use the aromatic bitters. So it's orange bitters, aromatic bitters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That goes back. I'm going to give this a quick stir just to chill it down, dilute all those ingredients a little bit to soften it up. And then I'm going to strain these into a couple of flutes, and this is just how they do it at the Sullivan. Famous Sullivan cocktail. So this goes into the bottom of a flute, about like that, over here. And then I'll have some extras for later. And then, and then we top it off with a little bit of Corbel champagne that goes in. And also I have at the bottom of this a nice cherry garnish, but we're going to finish it off with an orange twist. And you see how that's beautiful effervescence.
That's nice.
Oh, it is. And you know, bitters and champagne go together. That's the traditional champagne cocktail, if you will. The sweetener in the champagne cocktail is a little bit of sugar, but I use the orange liqueur as my sweetening agent. Of course, orange and champagne go together like a mimosa, right? So
Hand in hand.
hand in hand, everything's working together. A little orange twist.
They don't cut any corners at the Silbach, do they?
They don't.
It's like, I mean, layer on layer and layer.
Handcrafted, a lot of flavor.
great.
Here it is to the Sullivan,
The
the
Sullivan.
Sullivan cocktail.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow,
That's good.
that is a cocktail. That is tasty.
That is very good, Tim.
There it is, the famous Sullivan you can now make at home.
Now you know the secrets. Right?
But there's nothing better than going to the old Sullivan bar and ordering one of these and really enjoy it.
And their bar is just so, I mean, you feel like you've stepped back in time.
It's a
when you're there.
registered landmark. Absolutely incredible. So, all right.
We're not finished.
We're not
the
finished.
show
We
continues.
got to get cooking. All right, Nick Sullivan.
Come on back in, Chef.
Oakroom chef. Oh, we got the big guns out. We're going to do something.
So we're going to be making Okinawa sweet potato ravioli here. Okinawa sweet potatoes grown in Hawaii. They're really awesome. They're purple. They're beautiful, beautiful.
They are purple. Look at
yeah,
that.
Look how deep
wow,
that is.
That is a deep purple.
Yeah.
That was a band. Do you remember that?
So we take that, we hull it out, and then we save the skins. We make a stock with the skin. So we just take, because here's the thing, potatoes, a lot of flavor and the nutrients are in the skin, and a lot of people just discard that. We take that, boil it, we get all the starchiness from it, and then we puree the middle, this nice deep purple, with its own stock. And then so when we make the filling, all we do is add that stock to it and then butter. No cream because we don't want to dilute the flavor of the sweet potato. And then just salt, and that's it. Here we have the pasta dough rolled out, and then we're going to take a little egg wash. You want to be really light with this. And I only do half of it because I want the other half to stick to it, and I don't want it too eggy. That way it doesn't actually seal. And we have our potato filling. We're going to just...
That's a perfect size, too, that little...
Definitely.
And it kind of matches the color of the
I know.
potato, which is a little odd on itself.
So we're making 3 little raviolis here today. And then we would just take this and just drape it right over. Like so.
A lot of precision in this, too, just to...
Definitely. And then we'll take ring molds and we'll stamp that out just to make sure that's sealed perfectly. And we're using the upside down, or the top side up, down, so it doesn't actually cut through.
Now, that's a technique. Okay.
Definitely. and then we take the ring mold to cut it your portion.
See, look
a
at
lot of
that.
tools, you
so it's
know?
like sealed and then cut.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now that's a ravioli right there.
That is beautiful. Oh
So-
my gosh.
There you go.
That looks
Gorgeous.
great.
Look at this.
That is great.
Fantastic.
We're going to show
See
you
how
how.
delicate that is?
That is so soft and delicate. I mean, it's like a pillow.
We're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to cook Tim's pillow, and we're going to take a taste, too. It's coming up on Secrets of Little Chefs when we come back. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Foods. We're at Kitchen Studio, where we're cooking with Nick Sullivan from the Oakroom, and we're going to put the final prep on these raviolis and start cooking them. Tim, you know, we go back to the beginning of the show when we're talking about that rich history that the Oakroom has. 9 U.S. presidents dining, starting with William Taft.
Wow.
Nick, jump in here because the history that you are now in charge of is monumental. We talk about the presidents, we talk about Al Capone.
Right? F. Scott Fitzgerald. Also, there's another guest that they talk about.
You know, this is a story that long has been an interest of mine because I'm fascinated by ghost stories. And when you think about the Silbach, dating as far back as it goes, many, many years ago, the story goes like this. There was this woman and man who had been separated for quite some time, and they were scheduled to reunite.
Reunite,
at
absolutely.
the Silbach. Now, what happened is the man on his way there died in a car accident. And the lady was so distraught that she never really got over that, and the story goes that they found her in an elevator shaft. So she has been coined as the Lady in Blue.
Any apparitional sightings since you've been there?
I have not yet.
Okay.
I have not yet.
But the story is alive and
The
well.
story is alive and well.
You hear from other people at the hotel that talk to you
The
about
people that
that?
have been there for quite a few years.
And they swear
definitely-
by it.
Yep.
You know, and the other great story too about Al Capone with the secret vaults in the bottom. And you know, it's funny because when the G-men would come up, they would cover the front door, watch for everything. But there was a button under the front desk that would alarm them downstairs in their little hideaway. And when the G-men would arrive, buzz, and then he would escape through the tunnel.
Yeah, well, the tunnel system, in fact, in the dining room, is there not an escape?
Right. There is a Capone room in the Oakroom. So we use it as our private dining space. Actually, there's a mirror in there too. Al Capone used to always sit his back to the window and facing the mirror. The mirror used to be kind of on a little tilt so he could watch the street behind him as well. So if anybody kind of came up, he would see that. And another little trick, he could see everybody's cards on the other side.
Oh,
Interesting.
you see what you learn? I'll tell you. Yeah, but it's to this day still a culinary experience, and you've carried the torch on. And here we go. What are we doing
Definitely.
here, chef?
So the nice little raviolis that we made earlier, we're just
Yes.
going to drop them in.
And again, it's fresh,
Float when
fresh
they are
pasta
done?
dough, so it's going to be quick, not long at all.
Give a little more attention to this butter sauce. Turning the heat completely off here because I don't want to break the sauce.
And I could smell the fresh herbs coming off that. I mean, it's just delicious.
Definitely. So you're going to be kind of weird, but we're feeding 30 people here too.
Yeah.
So this is okay.
This is not a single portion.
Add a little butter.
Yeah, don't panic. This is for 30. So, of course, Kevin thought it was just for him. He was excited.
Welcome to your last meal.
I mean, I can drink it. I don't.
That's right.
So again, the heat's off, and then we're just melting the butter in there.
Kind of incorporating that in there, softly
Definitely.
melting.
Butter makes a big difference. I mean, it's got to be good butter.
Definitely does. We use a really high fat content butter. It's like an 83% butter fat.
As it should be.
So butter sauce
That looks
is
good.
pretty
I mean,
good for now.
that looks.
Here, Tim, we have some
Oh.
pumpkin seed oil.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then I'm going to change this whisk out because I don't want this to be emulsified into the sauce because I want a specific result.
See, you got to watch this too.
I know this is like a
Not to
magic
get
show.
crazy.
Wow, look how thick that is.
I'm going to take a spoon and just kind of mix it up.
Wow,
And that's
that
art.
is
That's
beautiful.
your
That
sauce.
is.
So,
Oh my God, that is gorgeous. All right.
so I'll take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. coat the bottom of the pan.
Oh, look at those.
Calling my name.
Nice.
Put that on there so they won't stick so much. You know, it's a myth putting oil in the pan to help it
So it won't stick
not
together.
so it won't stick together and all that. Oil's going to float. It's not going to do any good because your pasta's going to be below that. Now we're going to hit the plate. One upside down. All right, so we're going to take our spaghetti squash. I'm going to do like a little.
Oh,
little
quinella.
Quenelle, yeah.
Oh, is it quenelle?
Quenelle. I'm going to put that right in the middle here.
Beautiful.
I'm going to take this sauce and see this marbling effect.
That is gorgeous.
I don't go too much sauce because I want you to be able to see the ravioli.
Plus, yeah, taste the fresh pasta
Right.
and the filling.
And then we take garnish, a few little of these guys. And this is bourbon barrel sawdust. Okay, now this doesn't go in the dish,
No,
but it does go in the dish. We take a little bit of this sawdust, we put in a little top vessel here.
So that's from a used bourbon barrel, right?
Definitely, definitely.
So there's already flavor.
I'm going to turn this on, and you're going to be my torch guy, and you're going to
Okay.
torch that little spot right there.
All
Are you
right.
sure you want Tim to do the torch part here?
And I'm going to grab the
Okay.
cloche.
When you're ready, I'll torch.
Can you go to the other side?
I can.
All right. Fire away.
Ready?
Sir.
We're torching. Wow, that really.
All right. So this is the sweet potato ravioli dish, and as you get this table side, you ready for this?
Oh, there's a presentation.
Yeah, that's
oh
pretty
my
cool.
God. Oh, Chef.
All right.
It's about the food. It's about the presentation.
It's exactly why we'll be at the Silbach to enjoy a meal like this.
Well, thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
sharing the secrets.
It's my pleasure.
We appreciate it. They appreciate it too. Our lucky studio audience is going to have a chance to take a taste. We have to say goodbye, but if you're looking to be in one of these seats, it's easy to do. Log on to mintjuleptours.com. If you're looking for recipes or a restaurant guide to our show, that's easy to find too. It's at newlocaltv.com. For Tim Laird, I'm Kellen Harnett. On behalf of all of us at B&B Productions, we'll see you next time on Secrets of Little Chefs. That was